First is noontime breaking news. On a justice battle within the past hour, President Barack Obama announced his nominee for the Supreme Court of the United States to replace the late Antonin Scalia. Mr. Obama has chosen appeals court judge Merrick Garland.
I've selected a nominee who is widely recognized not only as one of America's sharpest legal minds, but someone who brings to his work a spirit of decency, modesty, integrity, even-handedness, and excellence.
Republicans have been adamant that they will not confirm the president's choice. They feel he should leave the seat vacant until a new president is elected and takes office next January. I'm joined now by WPRI.com reporter Ted Nesi. He's keeping track of all things happening in Washington since Scalia's death. There's been a lot of backlash going on. Is it the bigger surprise that it's not a surprise that President Obama went ahead and picked somebody, but a little bit surprising about this pick? Who is this guy?
Absolutely. So people are going to want to know more about this judge. We've only known his name for a couple of hours now, but a couple things people should know. Merrick Garland, 63 years old. He's been a judge for many years now on the D.C. Appeals Court. Now, that court is often called the most powerful court in the land other than the Supreme Court itself. Now, court watchers are all agreeing he's about as qualified as they come. He has degrees from Harvard, a very impressive resume, and one of the more interesting aspects of his experience, he was actually the prosecutor who handled the trial over the Oklahoma City bombing back in the 1990s. Now, in terms of his philosophy, he's seen as somewhat more moderate, maybe more closer to the center than some of the other judges the president might have chosen. But again, I think we're going to learn a lot more about him as both sides dig in the next few days.
That's right. As I was watching the press conference, I was saying to myself, it's great. Congratulations to this guy. He has no chance. You know, that because of what the Republicans in the Senate have said, that there's no way whoever he nominates, they're not even going to have hearings. So what do you know about that?
I think President Obama is trying to raise the stakes on that, because that's exactly what people think. The Republicans have been very clear. They don't want to hold hearings, let alone a vote on any nominee the president puts forward. They don't care who it is because they want to wait till a new president is elected. Obviously, they're hoping that president would be a Republican. But in picking Garland, the president's picked someone who has won praise from Republicans in the past. Orrin Hatch, senator from Utah, said just last week Garland is someone Obama should nominate, but said he didn't think he would. And the president said in his remarks he didn't want this to be seen as a partisan choice like some other judges might have been seen as. So I think the senators on the Republican side now are going to come under heavy pressure in two ways. Democrats wanting them to hold hearings and a vote, but Republicans base voters who don't want Obama naming a judge to make the Supreme Court less conservative.
So you can expect Republicans to just kick this can down the road for months and months.
I think that's definitely still the more likely possibility because they've been very clear. But I think we'll see in the next few days, probably maybe a few weeks, do they waver? Do they feel the heat? Do some Republicans break off and say maybe Garland deserves a vote? And then, of course, it'll all get tied up into presidential politics. You can bet Hillary Clinton, the presumed nominee, will be beating the drum that he should have a vote all through the fall.
All right. Thank you, Ted, as always, for your input. And we'll have continuing coverage throughout the day on President Obama's pick for the Supreme Court tonight on Eyewitness News, starting live at 5 and also on WPRI.com.